Good morning. Welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. I'm Tanya. How you doing today? Today is Monday, the 28th of March, 2022. We have 3 days left in the month of March. 3 months of this new year are gone. Let's start today off with a blessing. Dear Creator, dear Spirit Guides, Universe, Ancestors, please give us, the collective, a blessing for this Monday, the 28th of March, 2022. Look at this. We get the blessed treasure within. The qualities you admire in others, you also possess. There is a treasure within you. This card is here to help you reconnect with the well of wisdom, creativity, and beauty inside you. It is time to shine your light. Namaste. Good morning. Let me read this again. The blessing, the blessed treasure within. The qualities you admire in others, you also possess. There is a treasure within you. This card is here to help you reconnect with the well of wisdom, creativity, and beauty inside you. It is time to shine your light. Namaste. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. That is a timely blessing. All right. I've got some excellent questions today, and I've got a couple of deep dives. So I rested all weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to make it through this today. All right. My first question, this is my question. My first question is, will Ivanka's voting machines that she had manufactured in China be used in U.S. swing states, states that contested the election? Will they use Ivanka's voting machines in the 2022 election? Will swing states, states that contested the 2020 election, the 2020 election, will those states use Ivanka's voting machines? Here we go. No, no. Guys, they're going to try to, and it's going to be litigated. The first card we get is the Tower. This is trouble, ruin. This is everything not going to plan. Distress, calamity, discord, misery. Okay? The next card in front, we get the Spy in the Camp. Okay? More news is going to come out about this. Now, they spent millions of dollars. She bought patents and had those machines built. What's below is the King of Swords. This is excessive in severity. And look who it looks like. It looks just like her daddy. Okay? They are going to try. This is going to be another uh, way that they're going to try to manipulate the 2022 and 2024 elections. This is not going to go forward. There's going to be too many lawsuits about treason. There is going We are in the middle of a consciousness ascension. The whole world is. Everything is changing right before our eyes. We are seeing how racist, how hateful the people who are in charge of our laws, our country, our senators. We have seen the ugliness that is prejudice in America. This is an illumination for everyone to see so that you cannot turn your eyes away. Everyone must. Everybody is going to see, hear, smell, feel, and taste the nastiness that is the human condition. We are going to see exactly what we need to work towards. Okay, so all of these questions that we are answering about the future and the uh, the state of our political lives is all everything that's going on in this whole world, the pandemic, the global warming, the wars, the famine, the just outright nastiness of people. All of this is our red pill. Okay, all of this is to awaken us from our sleep. So, no, Ivanka's voting machines will not be used. They will be tied up in litigation, suspicion, and it will be a reason for people to scream fraud and treason. My next question is from Beautiful Girl. Beautiful Girl's question is, well, let me read this to you. Beautiful Girl says, Barbados um, separated itself from the British Crown. Now, the Bahamas, Belize, and Jamaica are exploring their independence from the British Crown. And they're also considering seeking reparations for slavery from the Brits. Her Beautiful Girl's first question is, I'm going to ask this in reverse. Will African islands of the African diaspora, this is the Bahamas, Belize, these are all islands that African peoples were taken to and enslaved on these islands. Will these islands fight for their independence from Great Britain? From Great Britain, France, from any European country that is holding them under their sovereignty. Will the African diaspora islands, Belize, the Caribbean, Bahamas, fight for their independence from European rule? Yes, yes, they will. Yes, they will. And actually, the whole answer came in. These islands are prepared to have nothing, to receive nothing except for their freedom. They are they understand the trouble and the torment, but they want to free themselves from colonial rule. It's going to cost. This is they know that fighting against Britain is fighting against the rich, and this will leave them impoverished. However, the only people that are living rich lives on these islands are the Europeans. Okay, here's our answer. There's our first yes. Yes, these islanders are going to fight for their independence, fight for their freedom from colonial rule. It is going to be hard. They are going to face so many troubles. They are asking for to be repaired. They are asking to be made whole from the countries that have kidnapped and enslaved them, remove them to distant areas of the world, change their heritage, change everything about them except for the color of our skin. This is a crossroads for the entire world. This is something that must be done. The African diaspora, the African people, it is time. It is time to be made whole, to take stock in what is ours, to hold on to our heritage, to make things for ourselves. Beautiful girl, excellent question. Um, the answer is yes. On will the islanders fight for their independence? Now I'm going to ask the second part of this question. Will Britain or European nations pay reparations to the African diaspora that was enslaved under their countries? Will the African diaspora be paid reparations from European countries? There we go. And I wanna shuffle these cards a little bit more, guys. Here we go. Will the African diaspora receive reparations from European countries? Oh, the first card. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes. Karma. Oh, my goodness. The first card. Yes. The African diaspora at some point in time will be repaired. They will receive reparations. This will come after. This is going to be something very big that is going to. This is a heralder, okay? This is someone singing news, and this is good news. This is to repair the wealth that was stolen from the African people, from the African continent, forcing everyone to see what happened the way that it actually did. Things are changing. Our world is changing. The blinders are coming off. All this gross nastiness that we are seeing play out in front of our eyes is for cause. Okay? We have to see. We have to see. We have to hear. We have to smell. We have to feel the racism, the misogyny, the pure hate, okay, for everyone to understand exactly what is going on and the pettiness of the people that are keeping this going. Okay, this is the beginning of the unmind washing, the unbrainwashing of humanity. Okay, and unfortunately, this is going to be like being born again. It's going to be fraught with peril, pain, things that we never thought that we would ever experience. We are going to be faced with right here, right in front of our faces. We will not be allowed to turn our eyes away. We have to we have to understand what we have done and what is being done to us and what we are allowing to happen to people, because that's what this is all about. This is about us expanding ourselves to understand that we are a connected group. And without each other, we are nothing. Without one another, we are nothing. No one can be born by themselves. Okay? No one. Nothing on this planet can be born by itself. You, me, every one of us living, breathing creatures had a mother, had a father. Two other entities were necessary to create us. Okay? We did not come here alone. We don't leave alone. We are connected to the spiritual world. We are connected to each other. Society wants to tell you that you're alone. Society wants to tell you that you have no one except yourself to depend on. That is the first lie to keep you enslaved. You may not have physical people by your side, but you always are surrounded by your ancestors and the spirit world. That little voice that talks to you in your head, okay? Your higher self. That is a part of you that is connected to the universe. That is what is trying to help you. Sometimes we have to listen because what we think is just noise in our heads could be our ancestors, could be God talking to you. Okay? We have to see things a different way. We have to feel, open ourselves up to experience life the way that we were supposed to experience it. Not to be slaves, not to be fodder, not to be paper targets for governments who wish to control everything. We have to see that we are becoming, we are transforming into the spiritual beings that we were always meant to be. But we have to take off this, the clothing of this societal evil that we have wrapped ourselves in. We have to be stripped bare. And that's what is happening. We have to be stripped bare. Everything has to be taken from us so that we can be cleansed and be brought in brand new with everything that we need to survive. Okay. Um, this next question is from Denise. And Denise would like to know, will Russia uh, have to pay to rebuild the Ukraine? Will Russia pay? Cards flipped over backwards. Will Russia pay to to rebuild the Ukraine? Will Russia pay to rebuild the Ukraine? Yes, in some kind of way. This is going to be from things being taken from them, though, and given to the Ukrainians in forms of real property and stuff like that. We get the world. That's our answer. But it is far into the reading. The first card we get is the Nine of Cups, the little emperor hoarding everything, hoarding his assets. This is the Russians. So when this war comes to a close, Russia is going to be hoarding all of everything that it has. This is not going to be something that is just going to end on a calm note. We are in a cycle of change that everybody has to understand is going to be a violent rebirth. Okay? We are going to have to be scrubbed clean of who we have allowed ourselves to become, what we have allowed ourselves to become. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we have got to understand that to move forward, we have to understand what we did that was against nature. And what we have done is fight each other, hate each other, victimize each other. Everything that we are being judged for is what we have done to ourselves, to this planet, and to each other, and to all the creatures that live here. We have to stop justifying bad behavior. We have to stop justifying hate. We have to see that we are all the same, okay? We are each other's lifelines. We are each other's family. We are each other's keeper. You know, it does me no good to hoard food and watch people starve. What does that make me? If I go shopping and shop the shelves bare to put it in a cupboard that I could never use and look out my window and watch people starving while I hoard food. This is the human problem. We want to take care of ourselves and say, to hell with everybody else. I'm just going to take care of me. But what happens if, in your taking care of you, you fall down your basement stairs and you break your ankle? There's a starving person out there who's a doctor that could help fix you. But because you're so paranoid that they're going to come and take your food, you'll sit there and suffer or die with a broken ankle, something that could be fixed, instead of opening up your heart and your home to help who you can help. What we forget is that when we open ourselves up to give, when we open ourselves up to give, we also open ourselves up to receive. Charity is a blessing. If you have enough to share with others, even if you don't have enough to share, to give something, you can give a little bit. If you have a sandwich and someone is starving, you may be hungry as well, but you could always give a bite of that sandwich to someone else. No one's asking you to give your whole sandwich away. Just help a little bit. Just give someone a bite. Give someone an opportunity. We are being shown who we are. This is a giant mirror right now that we're looking into. The Senate hearings for Ketanji Jackson, the disgusting, you can't unsee that. You can't unhear the things that they are saying to her, the ridiculous things that they are saying to her, while Brett Kavanaugh, during his hearing, said, I like beer. I like beer. I like beer. This is America. This is the world. This is what we're fighting against. And everyone has to acknowledge that. Okay. Here's the hard stuff. We're going to go ahead and start I'm going to do a deep dive on Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, and Lindsey Graham. So, just to see where they are internally. I'm starting with Josh Hawley. Josh Hawley infamously gave the fist bump to the rioters outside of the Capitol on January 6th, basically telling everybody, yeah, let's go. Come in and destroy America. Okay. Tarot, spirit guides, creator, please protect me from all negative entities. Allow me to take a peek into the consciousness of Josh Hawley. This day, Josh Hawley, tell me what is your what is your what is your agenda? The card that jumped out is the Ace of Cups, the Holy Table, ideology. The Ace of Cups, the first card for Josh Hawley, reads true heart, joy, contentment, abode, nourishment, abundance, fertility, holy table. Okay. Josh Hawley, I want to say purist. Okay. Racial purist. This is a person who wants power and control to be in the hands of white men. This is not even something that he buries. He will say this. I'm sure he has said it. It is written somewhere exactly how he feels. He feels that there should definitely be separations of races, that economics should be in control of the hands of European white men. This he believes that America was founded by whites for whites, and that everybody who disagrees should leave. He is a proponent of racial purity and white superiority. He was raised this way. He was raised in money, private schools, with a sense of this world belongs to me and no one can take it from me. He throws out who he is, who his family is, where he comes from. He's proud of his heritage, but he doesn't understand what that means. Josh Hawley, and he's a young person, but he's an ideologue. He is a person who has never fought for anything. Everything has been given to him. Everything has been laid out at his feet. He doesn't have a sense of responsibility. He feels like what is his. It belongs to him, And if you try to make him share or take it, you will be met with violence and death. There's no share. This is a person who only sees himself, who sees himself only. He sees himself as a pillar of right. He sees himself as what young children should strive, what young white children should strive to be. Josh Hawley is about racial purity, period. And he has trouble that is coming for him. Josh Hawley may at some point find himself um, facing justice. He is he's a steadfast warrior for the alternative right, which is nothing more than a synonym for the Klan, for um, oh gosh, I can't think of what their name is, but I can think of their attire: black Doc Martens and red shoelaces, stomping on people, boots on the ground. That is Josh Hawley. Josh Hawley is part of the ilk of Jews will not replace us. All he is a separatist, hateful, prejudiced. He has no substance, and he's not very intelligent. The only thing that he has going for him is that he is not ugly on the outside, but he is horrendous on the inside. Okay, the next person and I'm gonna go into is Ted Cruz. Oh God, that's when he already made that. Just saying his name made me sick. Ted Cruz. Tell us what is going on with Ted Cruz internally. What is on Ted Cruz's mind right now? Ted Cruz is just a nasty individual. Ted Cruz has no substance at all. He will do anything. He will say anything. There is nothing too low for him to do. He will stoop. He will put his face in the mud to be contrary. He's a horrible person. This person does not even have a soul. And we keep getting this card. These guys are soldiers. They are soldiers. These are dangerous people because they possess power to stop progress from going forward. They are liars. They are cheaters. They are thieves. Ted Cruz's judgment is coming. The fact that so many people cannot stand him, hate him even, it weighs on him, but not to the point where he will change. Ted Cruz lives a double life, a double life. He is not a decent person by any stretch of the imagination, and he uses the word Christianity as a weapon. He is a whoremonger. He is a pornographer. He he may even watch child porn or young looking women in porn. So where they look like they are little girls, not uh, adult women. He is a cretin. This is part of all of these people. Every one of them are sexual deviants. Ted Cruz is a sexual deviant. And it's been proven more times than, and they cover for him. Even the people who hate him won't out him because he's one of them. All of these people are horrible. Ted Cruz is a braggart, a big mouth. He likes to say what he has, what he can do, but all he does is spread hate and lies. Karma is coming for him. He will not be able to uh, to get away from what is coming towards him. Oh, he may find himself confined or put out. Put out is more likely. Now, the coffin card, repose, but this could be like having to leave the country, like exile. The last card holding the weight of the world in his hands. He wants to be, Ted Cruz wants to be president more than he wants to breathe. He wants to be the leader of the free world, and everything that he does is to try to get him there. He will say anything, do anything, and back any person for personal gain. Ted Cruz is a cretin. He is he is the slime that remains at the bottom of a barrel. He's moldy, stinky, slimy slime, mold. Yeah. All right. The next person that I'm going to look into is Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham. Universe, spirit guides, tell me, give me a snapshot into where Lindsey Graham is. Lindsey Graham. Tell us where you are this day. Lindsey Graham. I'm not getting a whole lot on Lindsey. Uh, Lindsey Graham is a man without. He doesn't have he has nothing of his own. Everything that Lindsey Graham possesses, he takes from others. He's a leech. He needs other people to give him strength. He needs other people to give him courage. He's like a little dog that will stay close to somebody who is feeding it. He has no loyalty to the person. He'll just stay close to whatever it is that sustains him. He has no love for other people because he has no love for himself. He is empty. He is empty. He doesn't know love. He only knows control. He only knows manipulation. He doesn't let his guard down. So he's always suspicious of other people. His boyfriend, who has left him recently, has opened his eyes to his own self. Lindsey Graham is facing an internal fight. He is seeing himself as others see him. He's another opportunist. Okay, I'll get to the cards. He's another person that has to be in the spotlight. He feels like if he's not, that's where his charismatic nature comes from. That's what he believes, that him being on television, that him being in the Senate, being a man of power is where his strength comes from. He doesn't see himself as a sniveling ninny. And those words are words that I don't know, maybe his mother called him a ninny, or called him a sniveling ninny, but he has internalized that and he tries to fight against it. And that's where his little microaggressions come from, how he pushes himself forward, because he's always been, as a child, he was the child that just cried and cried and cried, hung on his mama's leg, crying, couldn't do anything by himself. Always needed someone to hold his hand, to walk him into situations. And then he has no spine, he has no substance. He's a coward who feeds off of other people's energy. He does nothing because he can. He only, he's a hanger on. He needs people to make him feel like he's not alone because he's so alone in his own heart. Lindsey Graham is an empty shell. He's an empty, vacant. He hates himself. He can't love because he hates himself. So he thinks love is sex and gifts. He can't give because he has no substance. He has nothing to give. Okay, I know that's not so much political, but maybe that'll give everybody a little snapshot into why these people behave the way that they do. Okay, my last question in this read. Now, this one, I'm going to flip the switch on the Republicans. They have been saying that there were going to be tribunals, that all these Republicans were going to be swooped up and tried at The Hague. Will 45, well, now let's start with Vlad. Will Vlad be tried by The Hague, by the International Court? Will Vlad be tried by The Hague? Yes. Yes. He is looking at losing everything. There's our another yes. He is going to get beat and drugged. Look at this. Everything must be brought back into balance. This world has to be set back on its right path. And the last card, we got 3 yeses. Vlad is going to be charged in international court, whether he's dead or alive, even posthumously, he is going to be convicted in the international court. Let's ask about 45. Will 45 be charged by the international court? Will 45 be charged by the international court? 45 be charged war crimes, crimes against humanity by the international court. Huh, his own card. Look at this. Yes. Guys, I told you this is a conspiracy. Things are out of balance. War. And there he is. The King of Swords. It's going to be severe. Okay, guys. All right. I know this was a little bit different. Need to rest for some of these. I didn't get very many questions, so please drop your questions in the question box below for Wednesday's show so that I can answer all of your pressing questions. All right, guys. We are in a system of change. We are being awakened. Open your eyes, look around, look up, look in the mirror. Change those things in yourself that need to be changed. That's where everything starts. Lighten up a little bit. Breathe. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. When you start putting energy into yourself and taking it out of what's going on around us, okay? Don't worry about what the government is doing. Take care of you. Breathe, center, exhale. Let go of all this drama. There's no need to hold on to it. We have to learn how to let go of things, to breathe, put down troubles, drama, to not energetically make ourselves a part of trouble. Okay? Center. This is the time to meditate, to breathe, to turn within. Okay? We must fix us so that we can create our new home. This one is falling apart. It'll be gone soon. We are in creation mode. The thoughts that you think are building our future. Think positive, affirming, giving thoughts. Don't think of hate and despair. Don't think about fear. Don't think about sorrow. Think about happiness and completeness and how to get there. Sit in silence. Love on yourself. I love you guys. The weather is crazy. I can't even give you a forecast for this week because it's going to be insane. It's going to hurricanes, hurricanes, rainstorms, windstorms, snowstorms in some places. And then in other places, it's going to be heat waves, crazy heat. This week's weather is going to be, the word I can use is unhinged. Be prepared for anything. Listen to uh, your meteorologists. Be careful. Plan your trips accordingly. Get as much information from your meteorologist before you walk out the door. Okay? It could be sunny and 80 degrees, and then you could be in a hurricane or a tornado. I keep getting those two. I say the wrong word. Um, there we are in changing weather patterns. Our normal weather left in 2019. Okay, not to scare you, just be prepared. All right. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I need questions for Wednesday's show. Please give me some. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye, guys.